So I don't know if this qualifies as an ugly Christmas sweater, but it certainly is a bright Christmas sweater.
Hey, thanks. I got cool Santa.
Looks great.
That's working out for me.
How are things, man? You have been doing all kinds of great stuff the last couple of weeks since we talked to you. So
it's been an amazing year, Jason. You know, and there's been so many blessings this year, and so many blessings that I've been able to help bless other people with, and just really grateful, dude. I don't know if you saw, but about a month ago, I got an honorary doctorate degree.
I saw that. Congratulations.
Thank you. So that was really powerful moment, and opened up my network to a ton of really great folks.
Amazing.
But more importantly, what it stood for, which is continuing to advocate for peace and civility and empowering other people. And so that's what I'm all about.
All things we're a big fan of here.
Yeah.
So how are things going with the book? That was last time you were on this, we were talking about the book.
I'm working on the second version now, where I'm incorporating other immigrant stories into the book. I spoke to the Nevada Independent recently, and also, I told you, we're talking to CBS and some other national news stories. So we'll see if those emerge in the new year.
Let us know where we can help. We're here for you.
Definitely. I've got an immigration event that I'm going to be putting together with the Ghana King and some of the other folks in that network. January 11th. That's going to come after CES. So
right after CES. What are you going to be doing for CES week? Are you going to be involved in CES? Are you
Absolutely. I'm going to go to CES, try to record a ton of content. And then we have, I'm partnering up with Diana to welcome a Slovenian startup to Nevada Partners.
Great.
Like a international cross-generational tech roundtable. And so Gary Carrier from Plataforma, him and Melvin, they have over 50 tech students now that are high school students, and our goal is to create some exposure with CES to those students over at Nevada Partners.
Get them some work.
Yeah, exactly.
Get them some work. They're doing great things. Plataforma is doing great things to try to get folks. Is it still just in Brazil, or have they spread out a little bit?
They opened up in Vegas now.
They're in Vegas.
And so they're teaching in Vegas, which is exciting.
Helping young kids who might not otherwise get the opportunity, a chance to learn to code. Learn to be involved in tech.
Exactly.
Kind of what we're doing for Vets in Tech, but for kids. So fantastic. So
Yeah, some other cool news that came out of Nevada Partners this week. We were able to award 20 computers to the community yesterday. And so that was great. We some of the recipients included veterans, seniors, youth, foster kids, emerging entrepreneurs, and so.
Did those go to individuals, or did those go to a group? How did that?
Yeah,
was it like, hey, hey, veteran, here's a computer? Or so we went all to individuals.
Yeah, so we partnered with the Veterans Advocacy Council and Veterans Business Outreach Center, and then Nevada Partners, and we identified group of individuals.
Let's talk a little bit about Nevada Partners, because I don't think when you were on last time we went into a lot of detail about what Nevada Partners is, where you guys are, what you're trying to do, the impact you're making on the community. Let's get into that.
Yeah, sure thing. So Nevada Partners has been around for over 30 years. And it's the premier nonprofit on the West Side. And the goal there is to support the residents of the West Side, get out of poverty, essentially, is one of the biggest goals.
So give us a little context about West Side, Las Vegas, the history. We call it historic West Side now, but give us a little context about what West Side is and what the background and history is and why this is important.
Let's go back in time in America, and there was a time where America was experiencing segregation all around the country. And, in all of these cities, there, segregation was a reality, including here in Las Vegas. You had the Las Vegas Strip, and you had black and brown performers, mainly black performers on the Las Vegas Strip, but they'd have to walk out through the back door, and then they'd have to go, they wouldn't be able to, stay at the bars on the Strip.
They weren't allowed to stay at the hotels they performed at. They weren't allowed to eat at the restaurants they performed at. And I don't want anyone to think this was a long time ago.
This was like the
1960s.
This is very fresh.
I mean, for some of you folks, that's a long time ago.
But some of the folks I talked to even yesterday lived in those times.
Yes.
Right. And so these are very, fresh times for some people. And so the historic West Side became that black, the black strip, essentially, in Las Vegas. And unfortunately, it was very successful during the time of segregation. And then what happened is the interstate highways started getting put in all around the country, and it started choking up the traffic flows of communities. And so the historic West Side was one of those communities that now stopped seeing as much traffic. Then in the 90s, there's the Rodney King riots. So the community literally burned down. It was actually out of the Rodney King riots that Nevada Partners was founded.
Okay, great. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so the Rodney King riots, there was a President Kerner's commission report that was created, I think, by President Eisenhower or President Truman. And it was like, why was there all of this civil unrest in America and all this violence that blew up on the streets? Like, how can we prevent this from happening? And so one of the key things out of the Kerner's Commission report talked about, well, we've got to go into the communities and help develop communities and develop individuals to do better at work, do better at housing, do better in general. And so Nevada Partners was modeled after that.
Okay.
And so now what Nevada Partners does is they do a ton of wraparound services. We help folks get out of homelessness. We help prevent homelessness through rental assistance, mortgage assistance. We help folks who are ready buy homes. So we have housing counseling programs. And then we have plenty of youth education programs. And then I've been at Nevada Partners starting off as a volunteer about 4 years ago, helping do housing partnerships. But the past 3 years, I've been building out the entrepreneurship side of Nevada Partners. And so since then, we've had a ton of different entrepreneurial programs, including Promise Startups, which is focused on helping entrepreneurs go 0 to 1. Actually, just yesterday, we were able to issue out $15,000 in micro grants to 15 emerging startups in our community. Yeah, you know, that comes from the banks who support us. So thank you, banks. Keep that money coming.
Thank you all for so much support of Nevada Partners and Promise Startups. You guys also have your monthly symposium or conference, you guys call it.
Yep. We do a monthly entrepreneurship conference first Saturday of every month. It's really a great opportunity for entrepreneurs to get to know each other, work together, learn from each other. And this January 4th will be our next one. It'll be our 19th conference. We're going to have speakers coming in from the Black Agenda. The Black Agenda is a national network representing over $2 billion in net worth of Black-owned businesses. And so they're going to be our keynote for the first Promise Startups Conference, and I'm excited about that. And it's free.
That's exciting.
And we got tons of food. UNLV is one of our sponsors, and TechStart, my company, is also one of our sponsors. So we buy, you know, Annie's Kitchen Barbecue, and then we also rotate different vendors that can display their food. And then one of our startups that has really grown a lot over the year of coaching, or 2 years of coaching we've given them, is Green Side Up, a hydroponics startup. And now they give away produce at our conference every first Saturday.
It sounds like you can't afford to not be there. So come on down, even if you're just curious about entrepreneurship. Or curious about how you can get involved with Nevada Partners and Promise Startups and all the great things Elias is doing in the community. Come on down. First Saturday of the month, January 4th.
9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
9 a.m. to 3 p.m. I've been. It's great.
And the salad is really good. It's so amazing. The salad that they produce is fantastic. So you got to try it.
You've already talked about a bunch of things coming up in January. What else are you excited about for 2025?
You know, I'm excited about doing Freedom Week again. That was a great week for us in Nevada this year. And so I really would love to continue to do that. Our partnership with, you know, Vets at Tech, Veteran Business Outreach Center, Veterans Advocacy Council, you know, has brought a lot of positivity to the community, and, you know, connecting veteran entrepreneurs with all the other entrepreneurs at Nevada Partners has been a huge goal of mine. And I really want to continue pushing on that.
I'm loving to see, because I came into this community about 10 years ago when the veterans community was separate. And the veterans entrepreneur community was separate from the veterans community and the entrepreneur community. And we didn't have things like, we had Nevada Partners, we didn't have like Promise Startups, and we didn't have the connections we have now, where everyone's like, come to this thing, come to this thing, come to this thing. And so I'm excited. Freedom Week was great this year. I'm excited for next year's. Global Entrepreneurship Week was great. Tell us about how Global Entrepreneurship Week wrapped up for you and all the great things you did then.
So Global Entrepreneurship Week, I'm excited to, you know, have leaned in again this year like we did last year. We did a ton of entrepreneurial events all across Nevada. We did a ton of entrepreneur events over at Nevada Partners. You know, I want to give a shout out to Nadia and Lauren, because they came out and did an amazing mentorship session with a bunch of our startups. And so that was exciting. And I want to continue building on that as well. Next year is Global Entrepreneurship Congress. So that's happening in June. So that's something that I'm look forward to being there. And hopefully we can get a cohort of Vegas folks over there as well.
I don't think we have any shortage of folks who'd be willing to jump along on that trip and as Dave Berlin says, show the world who we really are. So,
amen to that. So, what are you excited about, Jason?
I, for the first time, I have gotten media credentials at CES, so I will be there, and maybe we'll do some collab content together while we're there or something. But this is a new experience for me. If you had told me even 10 years ago, before I left the Air Force, that I'd be an entrepreneur and I'd be doing a podcast and I'd be I'd be at our good friend Sophia's urging, getting media credentials to conferences so I could go film content there. I would have told you were crazy. I was already thinking about entrepreneurship, but the whole idea of like getting a media pass to a conference I never would have believed you. So like this is a very recent development in my life that is a whole new world to me of, oh, this is a way I can just go really have some fun with some stuff.
Absolutely.
So I'm excited about that. I have a couple courses I've launched for my company. I'm looking forward to promoting that and really getting, with a couple of the guests today, we've talked about entrepreneurs getting the gas pedal down in 2025.
Heck yeah.
It's gonna be a great year for getting the gas pedal down. And that's what I'm excited about, is getting myself organized over the next couple of weeks with the holiday. I've set myself up in a real good position of I can just kind of focus on looking ahead for the next week and a half until the new year and get that gas pedal down. So that's what I'm excited about.
Heck yeah. You know, one other thing I'm really excited about, Jason, if I could share, is
our
team
welcome.
at TechStart and Nevada Partners has grown this year.
Okay.
And so going into the new year with a pretty robust team, and I'm really grateful for that, excited about that, both in the sense of freelancers that, you know, so I've had youth entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs take, you know, digital marketing classes with me at Nevada Partners. I've taught over 60 classes at Nevada Partners myself. And 2 of my students are now working with me at TechStart, which is so amazing to see.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so grateful for that. I was able to put a check in one of their hands yesterday for not a small amount, and that was such a blessing to see how excited he was and to see the work that we're going to get to do in the new year.
Isn't it amazing whether you're working as, you know, as an entrepreneur or as a whatever, isn't it amazing how much better a feeling it is to write a check to someone than to cash a check someone's given to you?
Totally. I mean, it goes both ways. I would say I'm pretty excited about it both.
I'm not saying I don't cash the checks or accept the wire transfer. I'm not saying I don't do that, but you know that's a rush when you get that.
Oh, totally.
But when you get to because you've been able to have that kind of success and you can write a check to somebody else, I feel so much better.
Oh, for sure. And it goes back to, you know, get more to give more, earn more to give more. And that's the whole thing, you know, with TechStart too, is, you know, our goal is to build a marketplace that's kind of competitive to Fiverr and Upwork. And so we're doing that over locally. And then on the UNLV side, our team has grown as well. And so this year, we've done 240 events at Nevada Partners in that incubator room. And now we've added 4 new folks to that team. And so I'm just excited about what that's going to mean for the impact we're going to have and the sustainability we're going to have for everything.
You and me and Dave are going to talk, because there's something I'm not ready to talk about on the air, but we have a Pursue Vegas thing that I think we're going to be able to bring in.
Awesome.
And I think we're gonna want to draw on what you have to offer to help us with that. So
happy to help, happy to be of service with you guys. Jason,
Cool,
always
cool.
a pleasure to talk
Always
to you, man.
great.
Thank you. All right, I'll see you soon.
Thank you for joining us.